Thanks so much for tuning into the Trade Setup with me, Niraj Shah. Here's an interesting, did you know? I think I read it on the Bloomberg Business Weekly or somewhere. But Novo Nordisk, it's a large company, of course. It's estimated to add to nearly half of Denmark's GDP growth in 2024. I think it's aided by the anti-obesity drugs that Novo Nordisk has championed, and that's become a rage the world over, right? Anti-obesity drugs. And as a result of that, for 2024, just imagine the kind of growth that this company has shown, that it's adding to nearly half of Denmark's GDP. Now, these numbers may be a little bit off here and there, but that's largely the thing. And I urge you to maybe search engines, go into the search engines and read more about this. It's quite stunning what Novo Nordisk has done in the last 12 months. Okay. Let's come to the global news flow first. Dow posts the 9-day losing streak, and this is the longest since 1978. I mean, it's all this talk of world markets looking okay. Dow is down for 9 straight days. It's not really lost too much, in the sense the days cuts have not been 2.5%, 0.5%, 0.25%, etc. But 9 straight days of a losing streak. That's quite something, really. Dollar is strengthened after strong retail sales data and the Fed cut in view later today. Joe Biden apparently is going to announce Chinese semiconductor probe in the coming days, as per Bloomberg. And auto giants Nissan and Honda are open to merger talks, as per Nikkei. So, well, watch out for this. Is the news agency, of course. So watch out. A lot of things happening across the world, as is the case every single day. The point being, there is a stronger dollar and a stronger yen play out happening. The dollar holding up well across currencies, but especially across the Asian and the emerging currencies, it's holding up even better. So it's not just the Indian rupee, by the way, which tested another record low. Brazilian real sank to a new low as well. Indonesian rupiah, Thai baht have lagged ahead of the central banking decisions. And it's not just the dollar, as I said, yen is advancing ahead of Bank of Japan's decision as well across most major currencies. So you know where the puck is out there. In terms of equity markets, like I said, Dow was down, Nasdaq was down, futures are flat currently. Asia, though, is a tinge of green, interestingly. Nikkei is quiet. Shanghai and Hang Seng were up about 0.7%. So quiet day, I anticipate, ahead of the Fed decision. Shouldn't surprise anybody. Our markets too down about, I mean, the implied open suggests about 58 points of a downtick. You know, viewers, yesterday we were talking about how risk reward is not in favor of leverage longs. I hope people paid attention to it. I mean, there's no talk of really selling out your portfolio, but if you had leverage, it was pointless to make large leverage longs because the index was showing signs of coming off. VIX had shot up, it was moving sideways, small caps were pausing a little bit. So all of that, and I would reckon that the downward bias ahead of the Fed and BOJ continues, but it might be a sideways move today. It may not be a 1.5% downtick, though never know. It could well be that, but certainly don't expect too much of an uptick for sure. I think the problem is Nifty Auto as well, amongst other things. So there is a lovely note from MK Shares and Stockbrokers, which is put out that they've done a dealer feedback, analyzed the Vahan data, and it shows that the PV inventory at dealers is very high. And therefore, even if wholesale volumes are high, the discounts are very, very large. If you go to a car dealership right now, you'll figure out there are massive discounts on offer across car companies, across models. Maybe Mahindra is faring a bit better, but everybody else is giving discounts galore. And that shows that companies, even if there are high wholesale numbers, there are going to be margin squeeze because there are a lot of discounts. So that is part one. And two, viewers, if indeed there are very high wholesales but less retail sales happening, then it augurs bad for quarter four for wholesale sales, well, right? Because dealers will only absorb as much inventory. At some point of time, they'll raise up their hand and say, okay, we don't want more. So watch out. Autos look like, especially passenger vehicles, look like they're in a bit of a problem area right now. Demand is not that great for four-wheelers for sure. What is demand looking very good for is premium liquor. So, you know, it's a pocket to watch because yesterday, Tilak Nagar is probably not the right example, but if you look at United Spirits yesterday, you look at Piccadilly Agro yesterday, you look at Allied Blenders yesterday, I think a lot of these had some very strong buying momentum in trade. 4% for Allied. Piccadilly Agro, I think, was up about 5%, 3.5%, excuse me. United Spirits ended at the day's highs about 3.5% or 2.5%. So very strong moves for the premium liquor space, and that remains a pocket that you want to watch out for because it's bursting on the charts, literally. It's a big listing day as well because of 3 companies, all of which got well subscribed. Now, Sai, on a relative basis, looks less subscribed, but 10 times, not bad. Vishal Mega Mart, 27 times. One MobiKwik, 119 times. So IPOs are really gaining traction. There's a big one opening today, tomorrow that is, DAM Capital. And I hear some very good things about that IPO as well. So watch out. This public market or primary market space is looking red hot. Subscriptions are coming in. And I would reckon that at least Vishal and one MobiKwik in particular might have very good listing. In Vishal's case, while the overall subscription is 27 times, remember, QIB book was subscribed 81 times. Institutional investors want a piece of Vishal Mega Mart, seemingly. So watch out for good listings for these 2, maybe for Sai as well. Stocks to watch today. I'm starting off with bad news though, because this is certainly bad for Viatec Vabag. The tender for a mega desalination plant has been cancelled. This was a 300 MLD mega seawater desalination plant. The company had won this order, which is $317 million or about 2,700 crores from Saudi Arabia, Saudi Water Authority on September 6th. And the stock had run up quite a bit, by the way, with a large order win. And this has been cancelled. Remember, this is cancelled at a point of time when Viatec Vabag has had a very good run in the last 12 months. 1 month, 11%. This year, Viatec Vabag has had a splendid uptick. And therefore, I suspect that there will be a correction. 200% gains for Viatec Vabag from 600 odd to 1800. I think today we'll see a slam dunk. So watch out for Viatec Vabag. You know, and I think this therefore means that you don't know which stock will get hit from which order cancellation or otherwise. Because these are very, the contracts which could be very skittish in nature, they could get cancelled at a whiff as well sometimes, though deep expertise is required, and therefore maybe basket buying might be better than sticking to a single winner in this sector. So look at Enviro, Viatec Vabag, a clutch of others out there which are doing water desalination, water treatment. Maybe look at a basket instead of sticking to one name. Okay, Edelweiss Financial could have a good day. RBI has removed business restrictions on ECL Finance and Edelweiss ARC. The companies apparently have addressed RBI concerns and have shown commitment towards regulatory compliance. The stock had rallied significantly yesterday. I believe some people had a whiff of this. Maybe there could be some more in this today, so watch out for this one. Ordinarily, I would have said the stock will have a big rally because there has been a bit of a rally. Maybe, just maybe, not an 8% move, but I think this is a seriously good news and the stock could actually have a good day. Let's wait and watch. Ambuja and Sanghi, conflicting moves might happen. They've announced an amalgamation of subsidiaries. Ambuja has announced amalgamation of subsidiaries, Sanghi Industries and Penna Cement. Will issue 12 shares of Ambuja for 100 shares of Sanghi. The swap ratio is positive for Ambuja by 12.26% and therefore negative for Sanghi by 12.26%. There is also an added layer of Penna Cement. They'll pay about 321.5 per share for every share of Penna Cement. That's not listed, so I don't have a handle there. But for Sanghi, it's certainly not positive and therefore Sanghi may correct. Very quickly through others, JSW Energy, another big one. LG Energy Solutions in talks with JSW Energy to manufacture batteries for EVs and renewable energy storage. Proposal for JV requiring investment of over $1.5 billion. Large plan because it's a large group. JSW Energy may react positively today. Watch out, this is as per Reuters. And then very quickly, 3 or 4 quick names. AGI Greenpack, board meet for a fundraise. Out of a fundraise, typically stocks rally, maybe AGI Greenpack rallies. Pondi Exide has opened a QIP, floor price 902. Kirloskar Ferrous has received approvals from the Department of Forest for iron ore mines, and the dispatches began yesterday, so maybe this stock reacts positively. And Fermenta Biotech will sell a commercial office premises in Worli, Mumbai. Worli is a high area, high real estate area. Therefore, it might get some money. This one might react positively. Watch out for this as well. Thank you so much for tuning into the Trade Setup today.